You better not have gotten that letter I wrote ruined.
But Tulpa he's holding himself as he's shaking in the rain as he watches you gallop off.
You better not have gotten Tulpa killed because he's out in the storm by himself.
He'll be
now.
fine. He'll be fine. There's a road and a horse.
The horse ran
The horse
off.
ran off.
Oh, god damn it.
You better stop
You
and
did this
explain
to
the
yourself.
situation, you ass.
I'm gonna yell back to the horse that ran off. Can I yell to that horse?
Yeah, but roll animal handling check with disadvantage.
Okay. So it's either a 19 or a 16.
All right, so the horse continues running and ignores you entirely.
Okay. Well, that will solve itself. To keep running into town.
Tulpa right now.
Well, all right. I'll turn around. My conscience.
That is a
I'll
poor
turn
old
around
man.
and fly right back up to Tulpa, still in my ethereal death guise, and say, "Ah, Tulpa, is it? It would seem that your horse has abandoned you in these rains. But alas, I have not come for thine soul, so I do not wish to see thy die in these conditions. Are you traveling into town? Would you care to accompany me?"
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because you're not Octavian. You're
Death.
You're death.
24.
24. He stares at you wide-eyed and like surveys his situation. You see his arm is most surely broken, and
I'll extend my skeletal hand.
He takes it with his other arm, and you pull him up. You pull him up onto the horse.
Excellent. Hold tight.
He's still a Loxodon, though, so he's huge.
He's a Loxodon?
No, he's human.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was a Loxodon.
No, Tulpa is human. The members of your order are Loxodon, but your father he's just a house servant. He's not trained.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say you would know your father. He wasn't against hiring Loxodon, but he would rather hire someone. He always would. The prevailing theory was he wanted to hire someone he considered beneath him, so he didn't want to hire another Loxodon.
An inferior race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take my hand, Tulpa.
So Tulpa takes your hand and you hoist him onto the horse.
Yes! Like the wind! And
Wait, wouldn't he recognize Mercury?
He's a little too startled. I'll roll for it to see if he recognizes.
Because he's probably the only person who can take care of the horses.
Yeah, he when he sees the horse and he sees you, he gets a little confused.
Yes.
But he takes your hand anyways because he's in a situation that he can't really get out of without help. So.
Yes, you recognize my faithful steed, Mercury. As I take off into the wind.
All right. You continue heading towards town, and eventually, you see the rain start to lighten up, and in the distance, you see the large wooden walls of a small town. And as you approach, you see guards standing outside the gate, and as you approach, you feel Tulpa kind of tug and say, let me off here.
It's fine. I will use my now innate ability to cast Disguise Self. I can do it at will now, and shift my appearance and my clothing, because of my special clothes, into that of into a darling elven southern belle.
All right. And as you approach, you feel Tulpa quickly jump off the horse and land in the mud. He stands up and he begins shouting, "Please, somebody help me! This insane creature's kidnapped me!"
As I will ride into town. And,
the gates are shut.
And
the guards, you see them they get a little started by Tulpa, but they recognize him and they immediately throw out their spears.
Oh my! I'll stop the horse. Please, gentlemen, there's been a misunderstanding. This old man and his delusions, he seemed to have been reared up by his horse and possibly taken a very, very dangerous blow to the head. He's been hallucinating. If I was not riding by in such time, I would not have been able to scoop him up onto my horse and bring him to the nearest town.
Make a deception check.
Just 26.
26. They're holding their spears at you, and they look to Tulpa and look to you, and they're like, kind of like, what is going on? Because they see you're not some, yeah. They see you're not some kind of creature like he said. You're just an elven woman, but they're on edge. And Tulpa's like, no, it can transform. I saw it. Make another deception check. Or this time, make another deception check.
30.
Jesus.
You watch as
He's just an old man.
they
He
approach
seems
with their
to-
spears and say, we'll
Yes.
take you to the guard captain. They'll decide.
Me or Tulpa?
Both of you.
Oh,
Dismount your horse. And they like gesture with their spears.
I'll put my arms out like I expect to be lifted off of the horse.
They kind of grab you by the leg and yank you off, and you fall in the
Oh
mud.
my goodness, my dress! Oh, my goodness, such barbarism.
They kind of grab your hands and they throw them into shackles, and they say, just stay quiet.
Savagery.
It's about time.
It's about time you got arrested, Octavian. You menace. My goodness, you men are so barbaric.
You see, they also...
Mercury,
You know, you'd probably be recognized in this town as yourself.
probably, but I don't want that.
You see that they don't shackle Tulpa. Instead, they kind of like start tending to his broken arm, and they're like, quick, we'll take you to the doctor. Take this one to the guard captain. They'll make the decision here.
I'm not a monster like he says I am. I'm just a woman, an elven woman with, beautiful hair and very, a very luscious bosom.
You look like that. You look like that drag queen you're always saying is Octavian.
Oh, God. I look like what's her face from like an elven version of what's her face from the oh God, what is the name of the movie? The Disney movie with the frogs.
Tiana?
Not yes, with Tiana, but her friend, the rich girl, the
Oh,
Southern Belle. What's her name?
I can't remember her name. But I know who you're talking about. The
Yeah,
blonde one
exactly.
who's always in pink.
Yes. I'm dressed like her, but like elvish. Like, oh my God. Well, if you must, I can speak Elvish, so I'll start talking in Elvish.
All right.
I'll just start saying things in Elvish under my breath, like, I can't believe this. I can't believe they would arrest me.
You see them, they shackle you, and they take you in chains, and they shout out, open the gate! And the gate starts to slowly rise as one guard is helping Tulpa, who's limping at this point, into the town.
My dress
While the other
ruined.
two are just dragging you through the mud. Not dragging
What about
you,
my
but...
horse? What are you going to do with my horse?
You see the horse kind of just stand there unaware of what to do, and they say, just take it to the stables.
I'm going to say with my with my speech that allows me to still communicate. I'm going to be like, just wait for me. I'll be out in a minute. It'll be fine. You don't got to worry. This is standard procedure.
Make an animal
Absolutely
handling
nothing
check.
to worry about. Natural 20 for 24.
24. The horse seems to understand you, and seems to be more relaxed.
Yeah. All right, you savages. Take me to wherever you're going to take me. I had business to do in town today, but I guess that's not happening.
They take you...
Lifts,
Yes?
Hugo lifts his head up from his work, stares deeply into space.
Mars also walks into the room and is just like, do you feel that disturbance in the weave?
Oh, it wasn't just me.
Something in the universe has some grand injustice has been corrected.
It feels as though the weave itself has let out a deep and just relieved sigh.
1,000 voices all crying out, and all at once silenced.
I thought I was going crazy.
But but you're led.
At this singular instance, there was a small, silent, calming standstill in the blood war down in the lower planes, as they all were like, "What is that? Something has changed fundamentally."
But you're led to the town, and it's raining, but there are people going about their day through the muddy streets, and they see you in your, your elegant dress, which has now been soaked with mud and rainwater. And they're kind of like whispering to each other, just gossiping about this, as you're led past a rambunctious tavern to a 2-story building with the sign out front that says, what's the word? Not jail, not prison.
Barracks?
Barracks, yes.